Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. And please put your phones on mute. Okay. You can ask me questions later on. So, yeah, we are going to talk about GATE 2021 and 2022. All right. So, the agenda will be to know and discuss. Get started with your preparation. What are your important subjects? Some demo questions and how to go about your GATE syllabus, how to approach and start your studies for GATE. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Rohan Malkar. I work in Siemens Digital Software India Limited. So I'm a mechanical engineer by qualification. I've done my master's in machine design. So and I develop and I work in CAD domain, CAD and CAM domain. In software development, and I work on C++ technology as well as Python. So these are some of my experience in Siemens. I've been a GATE faculty for the past 8 years now, and I have been with Vidyalankar for more than 7 years now. Right. So other subjects also have taught. So the first and the primary question that everyone thinks is why should we give GATE? So the reason behind going for GATE is three. Okay. First, students feel that their overall aggregate marks is not good enough to get into a good placement. एंड समथिंग कॉलेज के पास उतना कंपनीज आते ही नहीं है प्लेसमेंट्स के लिए तो विल गिव गेट एंड थर्ड टाइप ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स थिंक कि या why not, everyone are giving it, then we should also give gate. Okay, let's try for gate. If we get a good score, we can get into PSU or we can do a masters. If not, then we'll do something else. So that's the approach that the students take to give gate. And in the current context where we have this pandemic going on, gate becomes really very important, because we know right now that there are a lot of job cuts which are happening. There are not enough vacancies available, specifically for the students who are in final year of engineering right now. In the next year 2021, okay, you'll be going for your placements, or by the end of this year itself you'll be starting your placements. So it's a difficult time for companies to recruit today. So why not think about gate? Okay, so why not go for PG, master's education? Okay, so gate will give you that gateway to go into to do your masters or to get into any PSUs. So let's talk about the gate entire paper pattern. The entire gate structure is divided into two: the technical aspect and the aptitude aspect. You might be knowing this, but still I'm reiterating here. गेट के दो पार्ट्स है, टेक्निकल है और एप्टीट्यूड है. टेक्निकल का जो वेटेज रहता है वो 85% रहता है, 85 मार्क्स ऑफ टेक्निकल, एंड 15% जो वेटेज है वो जनरल एप्टीट्यूड का है. ऑलराइट. सो हमेशा जब आप गेट का पेपर चालू करते हो सॉल्व करने को, द फर्स्ट सेक्शन दैट कम्स इनटू पिक्चर इज द जनरल एप्टीट्यूड. ऑलराइट. My first suggestion is never to solve general aptitude first. You should always start with technical paper, which, because of the obvious reason, it comprises of 85% of your syllabus or 85% of your marks. Okay, so always start with technical, irrespective of the branch, whether it be mechanical, whether it be civil, whether it be IT or any other branch. Today my focus will be on mechanical and civil. Okay, because I'm a mechanical faculty as well as I teach two subjects for civil. So 85% मार्क्स टेक्निकल है तो हम लोग टेक्निकल पे ही फोकस करेंगे. ओके, पहला पार्ट रहता है टेक्निकल, उसके बाद आपको एप्टीट्यूड सॉल्व करना है. ओके, तो व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट, फर्स्ट आई स्टेप इनटू मैकेनिकल एस्पेक्ट्स. तो मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग के लिए the entire GATE syllabus is divided into four major parts, similar to that of civil. So first part is applied mechanics. When I say applied mechanics, engineering mechanics, machine design, strength of materials, theory of machines, mechanical vibrations. These are the five major subjects that comprise applied mechanics. Okay, if you may be in third year of engineering right now, then you might have already done with engineering mechanics, SOM, TOM, theory of machines. Mechanical vibrations will be in the next semester or the coming semester, as well as machine design will be in this coming semester or the next semester. So you have done you're done with already 3 subjects. So that's applied mechanics. The other part of mechanical is fluid mechanics and thermal sciences. This includes fluid mechanics itself as a subject, fluid mechanics and turbo machinery. Okay. And this fluid mechanics subject is common even for civil guys. So ये subject either mechanical हो या civil हो, दोनों के लिए important है. And when I say fluid mechanics, it includes turbo machinery as well. All right. Then thermodynamics, which mechanical guys have already done in the 3rd semester. Heat transfer, RAC, refrigeration, air conditioning, which you will do in the subsequent semesters. And miscellaneous. When I say miscellaneous, it comprises of power engineering and IC, that is internal combustion engines. Then the next part is production. In production, you have manufacturing processes, machine tool operations, engineering materials, and this subject might have been done already in your regular curriculum. Operations research, metrology and inspection, and CAD/CAM. Although metrology and inspection will form a lesser amount of your entire GATE syllabus, but it is still there. You cannot ignore it, but you don't need to stress it out. The important subjects are machining, machine tool operation, manufacturing processes, engineering materials, and operation research. Okay, so this forms the 3rd part. And the most important, mathematics. If you think of leaving mathematics as an option, you can just leave GATE as an option. Okay, because mathematics part comprises 10 to 15% of your technical part. And when I say mathematics, certain concepts of mathematics are also asked in your general aptitude session. So ऐसा नहीं है कि आप मैथ्स सिर्फ टेक्निकल में पूछा जाता है. जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स मैथ्स के रहते हैं वो आपको एप्टीट्यूड सेक्शन में भी पूछे जा सकते हैं. ओके, सो अभी इतने सारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं मैकेनिकल के लिए. So generally the question arises, which subject we need to look out for, or which subject we should prioritize our learning. All right. So this smiley subjects that you see are the subjects that you should focus on. Okay. So engineering mechanics, okay, that should be focused on. So these are the priority subjects. That means you cannot leave these subjects in option. Not an option at all. Okay, engineering mechanics. Now, from 2016, I guess, GATE paper pattern has slightly changed. Now you can have non-MCQ questions as well. When I say non-MCQ questions, you won't have any options for your questions. All right. So those are known as numerical data type questions. And when I say numerical data type questions, you have to enter the answer that you find out in appropriate units, whichever they have asked. Okay. So engineering mechanics is the favorite of numerical data type questions. And numerical data type question itself forms around 35 to 42% of the entire weightage of GATE. Okay. So GATE में numerical data type questions 35 marks से लेके 42 marks तक पूछे जाते हैं. And this includes your technical as well as aptitude section. Okay. So 35 to 42% of your entire paper is numerical data type. So इसका disadvantage क्या है? आपको ऑप्शंस नहीं होते तो आपको पता नहीं चलता कि आपका आंसर सही है क्या गलत है. ओके, पर इसका एडवांटेज क्या है कि यू डोंट हैव एनी नेगेटिव मार्किंग. सो इफ यू डोंट हैव एनी नेगेटिव मार्किंग, then you can attempt that question, and if you get a right answer, you are going to get full marks, 2 marks or 1 marks. And if you get a wrong answer, there is no loss. So there is no negative marking to this numerical data type questions. And one of the favorite subjects of numerical data type question is engineering mechanics. And this applies to both mechanical and civil. This subject is common to both mechanical and civil. And the weightage of numerical data type questions, which I am telling, is common to both. It is common to mechanical as well as civil. It is 35 to 42%. Okay. Then is machine design. Now machine design will form the application point of engineering mechanics and so on. So again, this is a subject you cannot just leave out. Okay. Next is SOM. Theory of machines, fine. I won't say leave that subject, but that is not on priority. First subject is vibrations. So these smiley subjects are those subjects which you need to learn on priority. You cannot leave that at all if you want to get a decent gate score. All right. Then when you talk about fluid mechanics for civil and mechanical, it is one of the dreaded subjects. Okay. सबको किसी को पसंद नहीं आता वो subject, fluid mechanics and turbo machinery. But you cannot leave that as well. There are around 7 to 8 mark questions irrespective of mechanical or civil engineering. Fluid mechanics के ऊपर पूछे जाते हैं. Okay. So fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, heat transfer. All right. These are the important subjects. In machine tool or manufacturing processes, production, theory questions are asked as well as sums are asked. अभी sums भी पूछते हैं. तो one of the scoring aspect of production is if you get a sum in gate paper, you have to solve it. And the sums are limited to only 2 to 3 chapters or 3 concepts on production. One is welding, one is your casting, and welding and casting. Two major concepts on which sums can be asked. And majority of the gate papers which I have scanned for mechanical and for production question, 95% of the questions have come from only these two concepts in production. Okay, so we have welding and only casting, solidification, rate of solidification, and tool life. One more is tool life. Okay, तो ये तीन के अलावा और कुछ आता ही नहीं है. तो अगर ये तीन चीजें आप अच्छी तरह से करोगे ना, तो you are definitely going to score properly in gate. Okay, then operations research. So when you say production planning and control, some might take an elective as a operation research. Either ways, queuing theory, then you have transportation theory, assignment theory, LPP. These concepts are again asked in gate. Okay, and they are very scoring. They are very, very scoring. Inventory control. Okay, work and time calculations. They are very simple topics and easy to score, and hence you should not ignore operation research. And last is mathematics. You won't believe that mathematics के ऊपर numerical data type questions भी पूछते हैं. So they can give you definite integration to solve and try to find out the answer. They might ask you probability questions. Okay, so in mathematics for gate for mechanical, you have linear algebra, calculus, probability, and numerical methods. As a matter of fact, mechanical and civil share the same mathematics syllabus. Okay, the syllabus remains unchanged for mathematics, and mathematics for both of them will be around 15 to 22%. 15 to 22% mathematics का ही syllabus रहेगा for mechanical or for civil. Okay, we will also discuss about how do we start studying. Okay, how to study in gate and how that approach should be different from what you do in your regular curriculum. Semester pattern के लिए जो approach लेते हो ना studies का, उससे कैसे ही अलग होना चाहिए, वो भी हम लोग discuss करेंगे as we go ahead. So let's look at the weightage. The applied mechanics, thermal sciences, production, and the mathematics part. The applied mechanics forms 32% of the weightage. That means what I'm talking is 32 marks can be asked on applied mechanics. That means SOM, machine design, vibration, engineering mechanics. Okay. Thermal sciences, approximately 26% of the weightage. That means 26 marks. And this statistics which I have calculated are on the basis of last 10 years paper. Okay. Then it's production. The production comprises approximately 22% of the weightage, so 22 marks. And mathematics, 20 marks. So just imagine if students have a tendency of doing mathematics at the very end, okay, of your preparation for gate. You should not do it. You should do at the very first. And if you're a third year engineering students, you have a big advantage because right now you have just completed with your M4 part. So you're fresh with the syllabus. if you decide to do GATE, then you should start with mathematics because it has approximately 20% of the weightage. So अगर आपने इसको ऑप्शन में डाल दिया ना, तो 85 में से 20 तो निकाल ही दो, 65 to 70 मार्क्स का ही पेपर आप अटेम्प्ट कर पाओगे. Okay, should never leave mathematics as an option. All right. So again, I'll go back to the previous slide. Okay. So these are the subjects that I said you should study, you should look out for. Again, I'll repeat. One is engineering mechanics, machine design, SOM, vibrations, OR, manufacturing processes, fluid mechanics and turbo machinery, thermodynamics, heat transfer, and mathematics as the entire part. इसका पहला पढ़ाई करो. ये पढ़ाई होने के बाद, ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स पूरे होने के बाद आप बाकी का पढ़ाई चालू करो सब्जेक्ट्स का. ऐसा नहीं कि उनको छोड़ना है, उनको भी करना है, पर इनको प्रायोरिटी देनी है. Your study in GATE, whether it is mechanical or civil, it should always be prioritized. Always prioritize your studies. Okay. So let's see for civil. Civil के लिए maybe, you know, your entire syllabus is divided into 4 parts. One is structural engineering. So इसमें कौन से है वो देखते हैं हम लोग बाद में. Then transportation and geomatics engineering. So in structural engineering, engineering and solid mechanics. So engineering, mechanics and solid mechanics. So whatever mechanical guys have as engineering mechanics, you also have as engineering mechanics. Okay. So this is one of the favorite subjects for numerical data type question, even for civil engineers. Okay. Then structural analysis and SOM. SOM part is again a favorite for numerical data type questions for civil as well as mechanical. तो engineering mechanics SOM जो basically applied mechanics और structural engineering का section जो है civil का, majority of numerical data type question will come from this section. All right. Concrete structures, steel structures and construction of materials. This forms structural engineering का syllabus. कौन से सब्जेक्ट प्रायोरिटाइज करने हैं हम लोग देखते हैं. पहले कौन से सब्जेक्ट्स आपको पढ़ने हैं कंपलसरी, वो जानना चाहिए. Then transportation and geomatics engineering. So in this you have transportation infrastructure, highway payments, traffic engineering and geomatics engineering. Then in geotechnical and environmental engineering, you have solid mechanics, foundation engineering, water and waste engineering, air and noise pollution and solid waste. Then you have mathematics and water engineering. If you look at the syllabus of civil, it is slightly more spread out. You might look at a larger number of subjects, okay, content wise, or you can say it is same as mechanical, but it is spread out into large number of subjects. So अगर mechanical को 11 या 12 major subjects करने हैं, तो civil वालों को 14 करने हैं, okay, because of the spread. So again you have fluid mechanics and hydraulics, again one of not your favorite subjects, okay. Hydrology and irrigation, again one of the subjects which I know civil guys will tend to ignore. This thing is again the same. When I talk about linear algebra, I'm talking about matrices again. So the syllabus of mathematics remains unchanged for civil maths as well. Okay. Now, what are the priority subjects? Wherever you see smiley, this subjects you have to do. No option. छोड़ना नहीं है. और ये सब्जेक्ट्स अगर छोड़ोगे तो गेट को छोड़ दो भाई साहब. Okay. So engineering mechanics and solid mechanics, because it is a favorite of numerical data type questions. Structural analysis and SOM, well, again favorite of numerical data type questions. Concrete structures and construction materials. Okay, this forms the major chunk of priority subjects of structural engineering. ये subjects आपको करने ही हैं. Okay, we'll see the weightage of structural engineering as well. Okay, similarly transportation and geomatics engineering के लिए infrastructure, transportation, highway payments, traffic engineering, you cannot ignore this subject. ये करने ही है आपको. Okay, wherever you see smiley ना, ये subjects आपको सबसे पहले करने हैं. जान बची, टाइम बचा, तो फिर जो नॉन स्माइली वाले सब्जेक्ट्स है वो भी करने हैं. Okay. Then in geotechnical and environmental engineering, you talk about solid mechanics and water and waste engineering as one of the priority subjects. In 2-3 papers in the previous year's paper, I have also noticed many questions are coming from foundation engineering. Okay. So I have spoken with 2-3 civil faculty, and they have said ki focus is shifting towards foundation engineering as well. So if I was in your place, I would also prioritize this subject in geotechnical and environmental engineering. Okay. पिछले 2-3 साल से ट्रेंड देखा गया कि फाउंडेशन इंजीनियरिंग पे भी अभी क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. 4 मार्क्स 5 मार्क्स, पहले तो 1-2 मार्क का पूछा जाता था, अभी 4-5 का ट्रेंड हुआ है. ओके, सो फाइन, वी शुड डू दैट एज वेल, फाउंडेशन इंजीनियरिंग. एंड इन मैथमेटिक्स, don't ignore this entire section. You cannot ignore, guys. Civil guys, you should not ignore this section. इसमें सभी करने हैं. Fluid mechanics and hydraulics, hydrology, whatever is the mathematics portion, you have to do entirely. You cannot ignore these subjects. Okay, so these are the crux, you can say the center, or you can say center of the civil engineering gate paper, without which you should not attempt or even try to attempt your gate paper, whether it be 2021 and 2022. Okay, so let's see the weightage. So structural engineering forms approximately 25% of the weightage, that is 25 marks. Geotechnical engineering and environment, 26 marks. Transportation is also 26 marks. And mathematics and water engineering forms approximately 23% of your syllabus, that is 23 marks. Okay. पूरा 4 सेक्शन को ना इक्वली बांटा है. देखो, पूरे 4 सेक्शंस को इक्वली बांटा है, तो चारों सेक्शंस इग्नोर नहीं कर पाओगे आप सिर्फ उतना कर पाओगे कि ये जो सेक्शंस हैं, 4 सेक्शंस, इसमें से कौन से इंपॉर्टेंट सब्जेक्ट्स है वो पहले लेके आपको पढ़ने हैं, वो आपके हाथ में है, और वही आपको करना है. ओके, वही आपको करना है. ऑलराइट, सो द वेटेज इज 25, 26, 26 and 23, and this is again after analyzing last 10 years paper. Okay, everything on the basis of last 10 years. Oh, that's what I said. Don't leave mathematics. You should never ever leave mathematics as an option, irrespective of the branch. आपको अटेम्प्ट करने आने ही चाहिए मैथमेटिक्स के क्वेश्चन, उसके अलावा चांस ही नहीं है. Okay, we'll come to the strategy how to study. Okay, but let's have a quick glimpse. What are the different gate questions that come? And these questions which I have actually put in the slides are from gate. Okay, कुछ खुद का नहीं है, सिर्फ गेट ने पूछे हुए क्वेश्चंस है. हम लोग उसको लाइव सॉल्व भी करेंगे, ठीक है? Okay. And by the way, it is mechanical and civil. Both guys can solve, because these questions will come from, I've taken from engineering mechanics and strength of materials. So, and both the subjects you guys have common. All right. So, अब देखोगे इधर लिखा है, this was asked in GATE 2017. This was asked in GATE 2017 for 2 marks. So they are saying an open tank at the top with a water level of 1 meter as shown in the figure has a hole at a height of 0.5 meters. A free jet lives horizontally from the smooth hole in, and it falls at a distance of x where the jet strikes the floor. Okay, and they are asking you what is this distance traveled. It's a very interesting problem. It's a very interesting problem because सबसे difficult क्या है गेट में. Students feel कि gate is very difficult to solve, but they don't understand which aspect of gate is difficult to solve. There are only 2 aspects of gate that make it very difficult to solve, or you can say for you guys it's difficult. पहला है कि it is negative marking. For every 1 mark, 1/3 is cut, and for every 2 mark, 2/3 is cut. So negative marking, makes it slightly difficult to score. Second aspect is you don't have stand-alone questions. What do you mean by stand-alone question? I'll explain you this part in this example. This, if you want to solve this question ना, ये question को अगर आपको solve करना है, तो you should know engineering mechanics equations and you should know fluid mechanics concept. ये इसमें से कुछ भी अगर एक भी पता नहीं है ना, तो आप solve नहीं कर पाओगे इस sum को. तो गेट में ऐसा बोलेंगे नहीं कि आपको भाई इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का फॉर्मूला यूज करना है, आपको फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स का फॉर्मूला यूज करना है. नहीं, वो आपको इन्फर करना है कि अगर मुझे सॉल्व करना है तो मुझे ये दो चीजें आनी चाहिए. और इसको मैं बोलता हूँ कि नॉट अ स्टैंड अलोन क्वेश्चंस. स्टैंड अलोन मतलब सिर्फ इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स के ही क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे तो बस इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का ही रहेगा क्वेश्चन, नहीं. या फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स का रहेगा तो सिर्फ फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स का ही रहेगा, नहीं. दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन भी पूछ सकते हैं और एक क्वेश्चन के अंदर. This is known as associating subjects with each other. और ये प्रॉब्लम है. In your regular curriculum, what happens? You are never taught to do this, or very, very rarely you do this. All right. So in GATE, so इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का पेपर आपने लिया तो इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स के सम सॉल्व किए थे. एफएम में सिर्फ एफएम के सम सॉल्व किए थे. उसमें इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स के कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत ही रेयरली अप्लाई करते हो आप. ओके, ये डिफिकल्ट करता है गेट को. और गेट में बोलेंगे नहीं कि आपको यूज भी करने ये कॉन्सेप्ट्स, आपको इन्फर करना है. एंड द थर्ड एस्पेक्ट व्हिच क्रिएट्स गेट, व्हिच मेक्स अ गेट स्लाइटली डिफिकल्ट इज you have to be prepared with at least 11 subjects irrespective of the branch, mechanical or civil. और 11 सब्जेक्ट्स का जो भी सिलेबस आपने किया है, पढ़ाई की है, वो आपको 3 घंटे के पेपर में अप्लाई करनी है. ये आपने कभी भी आपके इंजीनियरिंग के पूरे लाइफ साइकिल में किया नहीं है. आप 2-3 दिन की छुट्टी रहती है और एक पेपर अटेम्प्ट करते हो 100 मार्क का, वो भी सब्जेक्टिव. ओके, इधर 3 घंटे में आपको 11 सब्जेक्ट्स एटलीस्ट आने चाहिए प्रॉपरली, तब आप 100 क्वेश्चंस, 65 क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट कर पाओगे. ओके, एंड 65 में से सभी नहीं आने वाले आपको. इसमें से कुछ क्वेश्चंस ऐसे रहेंगे जो आप सॉल्व ही नहीं कर पाओगे या आपने कभी सुने ही नहीं रहेंगे. ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट ऐसा होता है, एंड यही गेट है. तो इन गेट, रिमेंबर माय, मार्क माय वर्ड्स, in gate it is not how many you solve, it is how many correct you solve. All right, again I'll repeat, in gate what is important is how many correct you solve rather than how many you solve. If a student solves 65 questions and if he gets 15 wrong answers, then he's in a mess. Okay, and if a student solves 42 questions and if he get 40 right answers, then he's going to score much more than what he has scored 65 wala. All right, to give you my example, I only solved 35 questions out of 65 and I got 33 right, and my all India percentile was 99.5. So it's not the you can say the quantity of the sums that you solve, it's the amount of right you get. So let's quickly dive and understand how to solve and apply the concept of engineering mechanics and fluid mechanics here. Okay, so let's I'll keep this, I won't discard this. I'll switch to, yep, here. So this is the sum that I have taken and let's solve this. So I'll take one point here. This is the first point और ये second point लेता हूं मैं. And now I'm going to apply at state 1 and state 2. I'm going to apply Bernoulli's equation. Okay, I'm going to apply Bernoulli's equation. और Bernoulli's equation क्या बोलता है कि P upon rho G plus V square, I can say V square upon 2G plus H is equal to some constant. ये चीज बोलता है वो. All right, so let's apply it to the first point. So I get P1 upon rho G plus V1 square upon 2G plus Z1 is equal to P2 upon rho G plus V2 square upon 2G plus Z2. Okay, so Z1 and Z2 के लिए हम लोग इधर से ही पकड़ते हैं. ये आपका बेस है. We know Z1 as 1 meters from the datum. We know Z2 as 2 meters from the datum. So I know both these values. That's okay, good. Point 1, if I take a droplet here, it is exposed to atmospheric pressure. Okay, So this point, this water droplet is exposed to atmospheric pressure. So the gauge pressure at P1 is 0. The gauge pressure at P1 is 0. Similarly, the droplet that you see at point 2 here at this location, it is just outside the drum and exposed to atmospheric pressure. So in that case also I can say gauge pressure is 0 because it is outside the cylinder or the tank and exposed to atmosphere. So gauge pressure is 0 again. Okay, so these things are 0. These things are 0. Fine. Now, if you look at V1, V1 is the velocity at which this droplet is moving down. The velocity at which the droplet is moving down. And V2 is the velocity at which this droplet is coming out of this tank via this orifice. तो obviously V2 का जो velocity रहेगा वो compared to V1 बहुत ज्यादा रहेगा ना, क्योंकि ये आराम से आएगा नीचे और ये जेट की तरह आ जाएगा नीचे. In that case, I can ignore V1 or I can say V1 is approximately 0. All right. So if I substitute this here, I get, please just scroll down. Okay. If I substitute V1 here, I get 0 plus Z1. Z1 will be 1 meters. Okay. So Z1 is 1 meters. V2 we need to find out upon 2G plus Z2 is 0.5 meters. Now if I just rearrange this properly, इधर लूंगा 0.5 हो जाएगा, 2G 0.5 से मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा तो आपको मिलेगा आंसर V is equal to root of G meters per second. ये आपको V2 मिलेगा. और ये V2 क्या है? ये पार्टिकल की बाहर निकलने की वेलोसिटी, हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी. एरो बताया उन्होंने टुवर्ड्स द राइट. So this V2 I can also write it as Vx. This is the horizontal velocity of the droplet at which it is coming out. पर हम लोग को तो ये निकालना नहीं है, हम लोग को तो डिस्टेंस निकालना है. पर डिस्टेंस निकालने के लिए हम लोग का वेलोसिटी जरूरी था. And how did I calculate this velocity? Using Bernoulli's theorem. That is the concept of fluid mechanics. Okay. अभी हम लोग को निकालना है distance x. So we'll switch the color. So for better understanding, you'll understand now. जब ये बाहर निकलता है इधर से ड्रॉपलेट, ये पाथ फॉलो करता है. And the path that it is following is a parabola. In other words, you're getting a projectile motion. In other words, you're getting a projectile motion now. So you want to find out using projectile motions equations, what is the horizontal distance traveled? And since we are talking about only horizontal velocity, इधर vertical component है ही नहीं ना velocity का, ये horizontal बताया उन्होंने arrow. तो distance find out करना बहुत ही simple है. तो distance क्या होगा? X will be equal to horizontal velocity into time. Into time. Okay. So ये फॉर्मूला यूज करके हम लोग को आंसर मिलेगा. अभी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन अराइज होता है कि ये टाइम कैसे इवैल्यूएट करें. ओके, ये टाइम कैसे इवैल्यूएट करें. अब ये टाइम इवैल्यूएट करने के लिए वी हैव टू यूज दिस इक्वेशन. S is equal to ut प्लस हाफ at स्क्वायर. तो देखो डायनामिक्स का भी कॉन्सेप्ट आया. और इधर u क्या रहेगा? वेलोसिटी है आपका, इनिशियल वेलोसिटी. बट ये वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट रहेगा वेलोसिटी का, क्योंकि आप हाइट वर्टिकली कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो. ओके, so S is 0.5 here. Vertical component of velocity is 0 since it is moving horizontally, plus half a will be minus g into t square. Okay, so it will be plus g because it is moving in the same direction as that of gravity. Now if I cross multiply this and find out t, 2 into 0.5 becomes 1, 1 upon g. So this becomes 1 upon root g. ये हो गया आपका टाइम. ऑलराइट, ये टाइम मिला, वेलोसिटी मिला. अभी आप x का वैल्यू निकाल सकते हो. x will be root of g into 1/√g, कैंसिल करके आपको आ जाएगा 1 meters. ओके, ये आपका गेट का प्रॉब्लम है, इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स में पूछा गया 2017 में. So we use Bernoulli's equation, the concept of FM. We use projectile motion का concept here for this equation, and we also used kinematic equation. Okay, and then we got the answer as 1 meters. So this is what gate demands from you. Okay, you should be able to associate different subjects together and different concepts together. Okay, let's see whether our answer is correct or not. And you have here as 1 meters. So you have 1 meters as the answer. This is the answer. Okay, so ये इस तरह के प्रॉब्लम आते हैं. Okay, चलो थोड़ा और आगे देखते हैं. ये वाला प्रॉब्लम देखते हैं हम लोग. So a block of mass 10 kg rests on a horizontal flow. The acceleration due to gravity is 9.81 meters per second. The coefficient of static friction between the floor and the block is 0.2. तो उन्होंने बोला है कि भाई coefficient of static friction जो रहता है वो 0.2 है. All right. And they're applying a force of 10 newtons in the horizontal direction. So they have given this force as 10 newtons. All right. And they're asking you what is the magnitude of friction force in Newton on the block. This is a very simple sum. They are just asking you what is the friction force. And what is the friction force? Friction force is given as mu s into n. Simple hai. N is the normal reaction. आपका n क्या होता है? Normal reaction होता है. How to calculate n? उसके लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? एक फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम बनाते हैं. वेट नीचे की तरफ एक्ट होता है. ओके, नॉर्मल रिएक्शन ऊपर की तरफ एक्ट होता है. आप फोर्स 10 न्यूटन इधर अप्लाई कर रहे हो टुवर्ड्स द राइट, एंड फ्रिक्शन वी ऑल नो एक्ट्स इन द अपोजिट डायरेक्शन टू द अप्लाइड फोर्स, दैट इज एफ हियर. वर्टिकल तो इक्विलिब्रियम में है. ओके, तो वी नो एन विल बी इक्वल टू mg. सो फ्रिक्शन फोर्स क्या करोगे आप? 0.2. नॉर्मल रिएक्शन विल बी equal to weight, that is mass into g, that is 0.2. mass is 10 into 9.81. so isko multiply karoge to 2 into 9.81 is 19.6 newtons. so this is the friction force. ये आपको 2 मार्क के लिए पूछा गया था क्वेश्चन, and this is a numerical data question. You see there are no options here. There are no options at all. So this is a numerical type question. But whatever answer that you got here, if you substitute this answer as 19.96 newtons, 19.6 newtons, then your answer is wrong. This is not the right answer. The right answer for this question is 10 newtons. Okay. For that, okay, we'll see one graph. So the answer is not 19.6, and students will happily mark this answer 19.6, and you won't even know whether you've got it right or wrong because there are no options present. The answer is 10 newtons. We'll see how. Okay, so we'll keep this. We'll switch back to this, and we'll take the next question. Either there is one graph in engineering mechanics which says, ये वाला graph है. P, that is the applied force, and this is your friction force. So this is your applied force. Okay, and when you apply force, ये ग्राफ इस तरह से आता है up to here, then एक ऐसा नीचे का लाइन आ जाता है, बाद में ऐसा दिखता है वो. Okay, so let me switch the pen. This thing that you see here, this is known as limiting coefficient or limiting friction force, which is always maximum. And when I say mu s into n, this is the value that you get. Okay, by the way, the angle that this line is making is 45 degrees. मतलब दोनों के कोऑर्डिनेट सेम रहते हैं. अगर ये पॉइंट पे आप देखोगे ff1 p1, both of the values will be same. इसके थोड़ा राइट में आपको काइनेटिक मोशन होता है, बॉडी ऑलरेडी मूविंग है, और इसके लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में you get static, that means body is stationary. अभी according to this graph, only when your applied force, that is 10 newtons, ये अगर P है, if your applied force exceeds mu s into n, then only your object is going to move. But if your applied force is less than mu s into n, मतलब पकड़ो इधर किधर है, I'll change the pen. ये आपका 19.6 न्यूटन आया और आपने अप्लाई कितना किया 10 न्यूटन, जो इससे कम है, मतलब इधर है किधर तो this is the coordinate of applied force 10, 0. But if it is less than this, then your applied force and friction force becomes the same, 0, 10. क्योंकि applied force maximum friction force से कम है. In that case, your applied force P becomes equal to friction force. This is given by this line since it is making an angle of 45 degrees. And the answer is hence 10 newtons and not 19.6 newtons. ये गलत है. Okay. And you आप आराम से मार्क करते इसको क्योंकि आपके पास ऑप्शन नहीं था. So this is a disguise problem. You feel that is very simple और आप चटाक से सॉल्व भी कर दोगे उसको और आपका आंसर गलत हो जाएगा फिर. Alright, so let's switch to another question, interesting question. Wow, this is again my personal favorite. So the rod PQ, these are all gate questions. I have not invented these questions at all. The rod PQ of length L with flexural rigidity EI is given at both the ends. For what minimum force is expected to buckle? अभी ये columns का concept है buckle वगैरह. Okay. अभी इसमें देखोगे आप ना, this is a combination of engineering mechanics and SOM. Okay. The first thought that comes in students mind is उन्होंने बोला कि ये F का फोर्स कितना होना चाहिए ताकि ये बकल हो PQ. स्टूडेंट्स क्या करेंगे, आपके दिमाग में आ रहेगा ये F ऐसे लेंगे और ऐसे लेंगे और इसको सॉल्व करेंगे, रिजॉल्व कर देंगे फोर्सेस को along PQ. So this will be force along PQ and this is vertical component of this force. अगर ऐसा करोगे तो आंसर रॉन्ग आ जाएगा. Okay. और you know the best part of this question is ऐसे करके आप सॉल्व भी कर लोगे ना पूरा, और जो आंसर आता है ना सॉल्व करने के बाद वो ऑप्शन में भी है. मतलब your approach is entirely screwed up here. Okay, this is not the approach that you need to take. You cannot resolve this along PQ and perpendicular to PQ and get the answer for buckling. Even if you do that now, whatever answer you'll get is still in the options. You'll happily mark that option and come out, not knowing you have marked the wrong option because you got the answer as that one of the options. Okay, तो देखते हैं इसको कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं. इसको ऐसे रिजॉल्व ही नहीं कर पाओगे. क्यों नहीं कर पाओगे? इसके लिए आपको इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स पता होना चाहिए प्रॉपर्ली. ये कौन सा सपोर्ट है? रोलर सपोर्ट. रोलर सपोर्ट सिर्फ वर्टिकल रिएक्शन ले पाता है, सिर्फ वर्टिकल रिएक्शन. और आपने ऐसा रिएक्शन उसको बता दिया ना तो ये गलत हो गया. ऐसा रिएक्शन कभी ले ही नहीं पाता. तो इसको कैसे सॉल्व करते, लेट्स सी. लेट्स मूव द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ओके, इसको किस तरह से सॉल्व करना है कि योर फोर्स, जो लेट्स से हम लोग इसको देते हैं F इधर है एंड द वर्टिकल रिएक्शन V ऊपर की डायरेक्शन में है. ये रूलर सपोर्ट है. ओके, एंड दिस इज द फोर्स अलोंग PQ. इस तरह से बताएंगे. तो हम लोगों ने क्या किया बताया क्या, इधर एक वर्टिकल फोर्स बता दी V एंड वन फोर्स अलोंग PQ. अभी देखो इसको ऐसा ड्रॉ करता हूं मैं. F ऐसा आया हॉरिजॉन्टल, B वर्टिकल आया और ये फोर्स इन PQ आया. इसका मतलब क्या है पता है क्या, आपका रिएक्शन इस तरह से होना चाहिए ताकि आपका रिजल्टेंट ऑफ वर्टिकल एंड एफ coincides with FPQ. So whatever is the force along PQ will be the resultant of horizontal force F and vertical component of reaction. Okay, इन दोनों का रिजल्टेंट, तभी ये सम करेक्ट है. So this is the concept of EM, engineering mechanics, that you should know. So let's see, if you want to find the critical load, we know the formula is pi square EI minimum upon LE square. Since both these joints are hinged, my LE will be equal to whatever is the length of the beam, that is L. We know this. Okay, so let me just change the pen. Yeah, so चार cases आते हैं, both sides hinged, both sides fixed, one side fixed, one side hinged, one side fixed, another end free. ऐसे चार cases है, उसमें से simple वाला case है both sides hinged. So LE will be equal to L, and this is the critical load. The critical load, that this is the buckling load that should be acting along the column. Here it is FPQ. Okay, so FPQ क्या है exactly? Okay, how can I write this? Your F, I can write this as FPQ cos of 45 degrees. So my FPQ becomes F root 2. Okay, 1 by root 2 आ जाएगा, root 2 multiply हो जाएगा, F root 2 becomes FPQ. This will substitute here. Okay, so I get F root 2 equal to pi square E I minimum upon LE का L square, और ये root 2 नीचे आ जाएगा, तो आपको मिलेगा pi square E I minimum upon root 2 L square. Okay, so let's see whether this is there in the options or not. So switch back करोगे तो ये देखो C वाला ऑप्शन है, और अगर ये टेक्निक से गए ना आप इधर ऐसा रिजॉल्व करके, तो आपको B वाला आंसर आ जाएगा, and you will happily mark it because you don't know whether that's correct or not. All right, so this here you saw EM and SOM का integration. All right, so let's see another example. This is again asked in 2013. Excuse me. A rod of length L having uniform cross-section area A is subjected to a tensile force P as shown in the figure below. If the Young's modulus of the material varies from E1 to E2, तो ये क्या बोल रहा है, ये जो Young's modulus है वो E1 to E2 वेरी हो रहा है. Young's modulus is not constant, and you have never solved problems where your Young's modulus changes linearly. आपके लिए एक मटेरियल के लिए एक यंग्स मॉडुलस कांस्टेंट रहता है, उसका वैल्यू रहता है E. ये तो चेंज हो रहा है अभी along the length. The normal stress developed at the section SS, तो उन्होंने मिडवे पे बोला है E1 to E2 जाता है, applied force is P, total length is L, और बोला है कि what is the stress developed at this section, sigma SS, ये कितना है, and they have given this option. Okay, बहुत ही सिंपल प्रॉब्लम है ये. Can anyone take a dive into it, how to solve it? Okay, let me solve. Like, fine. Yeah. Okay, no one's interested in solving, I guess. Okay, fine. So the answer is P upon A. Okay, you don't need to solve this also. Your stress never depends upon your Young's modulus. It only depends upon the external force acting and the cross-section area. कुछ नहीं, बाकी की उस पर depend करता है. Okay, so your stress is force upon cross-section area. You'll be tempted to apply some weird logic and get some weird answers.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
सर प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम का थोड़ा रिवाइंड करके दिखा सकते हो 1 मिनट?
Okay, I'll come there. but let me just complete this. I'll go back to the problem.
Yeah, sure, sir.
So ये P upon A है क्योंकि stress only depends upon external force and cross section area. All right. E1 और E2 का जो वेरिएशन का इफेक्ट है ना वो स्ट्रेन में आएगा. ओके, नॉट इन स्ट्रेस. फॉर्चुनेटली आपको स्ट्रेन नहीं पूछा है और वैसे सम सबके सिलेबस में भी नहीं है गेट के, फॉर सिविल एज वेल एज मैकेनिकल फ्रॉम सम पर्सपेक्टिव. Okay, since I think Rahul, his name was, he was asking about the previous problem. Yes, Rahul, I'm here. इसका working चाहिए आपको? You have to unmute yourself and tell me.
Sir, see the solution once. Yeah, sir.
Solution. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to see the solution?
Yeah.
I just hold it here for 2 minutes so that you can.
Thank you, sir. I actually I took the screenshot so I
Okay.
can see and understand it afterwards.
Okay,
After the
great.
session ends.
Okay, fine. That's good. So I'll proceed ahead.
Okay.
So this answer here is A. Sigma is equal to force upon cross section area. One final problem, then we'll take a halt and learn about the strategy of gate. Okay, a pin jointed uniform rod of W and length L is supported by an external force F. तो इधर F बताया उन्होंने. The force F is suddenly removed. At the instant of the force removal, the magnitude of the vertical reaction developed at the support is. मतलब अभी क्या बोल रहे हैं? ये आप force को remove कर दो. The moment this force is removed, what will happen? This is going to swing down because of its weight, which is acting at the CG in the downward direction. And if it swings down, they're asking you, what is the reaction developed at the support? इधर reaction क्या है? ये पूछा उन्होंने. Okay. The answer that people will think about is either W or they will think about it as W by 2. Okay. And trust me, since I'm teaching this subject for quite a long, whatever you're thinking is wrong. Okay, I know what you're thinking. कि ये इधर W है, इधर W आ जाएगा. Summation of Fi equal to 0. If you use this summation of Fi equal to 0, you're doomed. The system is not in equilibrium. Since it is moving down and it is hinged here, this will be performing a circular motion. And since it is a circular motion, it is an accelerated motion. अगर acceleration है, तो your summation of Fy or summation of all the net forces will never be 0. Okay, you're talking about a rotary motion. So इसके लिए कुछ अलग approach है. So let's understand that. Okay, and everything which I'm going to do right now is mechanics. Okay, so let's move on to this question. देखो क्या करता हूँ अभी. Since this is moving down, fine, I have this W acting at a length of L by 2. And this is performing a circular motion. तो आपका W CG ऐसा रोटेट हो रहा है. हर पॉइंट पे डायरेक्शन अलग है और वेलोसिटी वेक्टर क्वांटिटी है, तो आपका एक्सेलरेशन होने ही वाला है. So let's say, since it is circular motion, I will have to find out torque. And torque can be written as I into alpha, where I is mass moment of inertia. Mass moment of inertia. Okay, I forgot the word moment. Moment of inertia. And alpha is angular acceleration. This formula is equivalent to force is equal to m into linear acceleration. Since we're talking about circular motion, we talk about torques, and in rectilinear motion or linear motion, we'll talk about forces. Circular motion के लिए हम लोग moment of inertia के बारे में बात करते हैं, and in case of linear motion, we'll talk about masses. Linear acceleration, angular acceleration, क्योंकि angular motion है. अभी मेरा मोटिव है I निकालना. अभी ये बॉडी जो है, ये जो रॉड है, it is moving, it is rotating about this hinge point O. It is not rotating about its own CG. So I have to use here parallel axis theorem. IgG into mh square. I have to use this. And for a rod, IgG will be written as ml square by 12 plus mh square. And I can write this way. M I can write as W upon G because I know weight. So this gives me mass. L square upon 12 plus W upon G into H. H is the distance between the center of rotation and the CG. This distance is L by 2. So this will be L by 2 square. If I substitute this, I get WL square by 4G, WL square by 12G. If I find out the LCM, I get 12G and simplify karunga to I get WL square upon 3G. Okay. So ये मेरा I निकलता है about the point OO, ये वाला support about this hinge point. क्योंकि मेरा अभी CG के about rotate नहीं हो रहा है, इसके about rotate हो रहा है, इसलिए मुझे निकालना पड़ा. All right. Fine. अभी अल्फा निकालना है. अल्फा के लिए मैं पेन चेंज करता हूँ. Let's go to blue, my favorite color. अभी अल्फा कैसे निकाले? We know V is given as R into omega. Okay. If I differentiate this dV upon dt, I get R d omega by dt. तो क्या होता है? R into अल्फा हो जाता है और ये क्या हो जाता है? A हो जाता है. So A will be equal to R into अल्फा. ये इक्वेशन मिलता है अपने को. All right. Fine. So from here we can get this equation. So we know I now. The other way I can calculate I or T is I can write this as W into L by 2. Okay. So W is acting at the CG here and the distance is L by 2. Force into distance will give you the moment, right? Force into distance is the moment and that is nothing but torque. You can equate it to W L square upon 3G into alpha. This is I into alpha is W into L by 2. That is nothing but my torque here. Okay. So if I just simplify this equation, W निकल गया इधर से, ये L और ये L निकल गया, मुझे अल्फा का वैल्यू क्या मिलेगा? अल्फा will be written as 3G upon 2L. 3G upon 2L. ये मुझे अल्फा का वैल्यू मिलेगा. All right. अभी ये सब क्यों कर रहा हूं मैं? Okay. Why am I doing all these things? Since this motion is an accelerated motion, I have to use D'Alembert's principle. Okay. That is Newton's second law. Summation of all the forces is equal to mass into acceleration. And what will the summation of all forces? Weight acting downwards minus the vertical reaction which you want to find out. Mass है ना? Mass को मैं W upon G लिख सकता हूँ. And acceleration is linear acceleration. And what is linear acceleration? R into alpha. What will be R here? R will be nothing but L by 2. R will be nothing but L by 2. This is the radius, right? At which it is rotating. So the radius will be L by 2 into alpha we found out as 3G upon 2L. ये L L निकल गया, ये G G निकल गया, okay? And you get 3 by 4 W minus R. If you just rearrange this, you get W or R to be equal to W by 4. So this is the reaction that you get. Okay. Now let's see whether this is there in the question or not. And it's W by 4. So this is the answer. Okay. So these are the questions, gate questions which are run. This is pure engineering mechanics. I have not done anything else extra here. Whatever concept of velocity, acceleration, torque, momentum जो है न्यूटन सेकंड लॉ वही यूज किया है मैंने. But the sequence at which I approached the answer was very important. In GATE, you require the approach in your solving problem. Okay. So ये questions मैंने sample 5 questions दिए आपको, किस तरह के questions expect कर सकते हो आप. और क्यों GATE थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट लगता है लोगों को, क्योंकि आपको अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट का इंटीग्रेशन करने की आदत नहीं होती सब्जेक्टिव पेपर्स में. ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स मूव अहेड. सॉरी, दिस इज एक्स्ट्रा स्मार्टनेस ऑफ डायरेक्टली थैंक यू पे गया है तो माय बैड. So we'll go. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, one last request.
Yeah.
Please show once. Can you show once the fourth problem? Means just I want to take the screenshot
Fourth problem is this problem
of a bar. Yeah.
ये वाला क्या? Stress
yeah,
वाला?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So let's understand what is the strategy that you need to employ. All right. All right. So what I have written here is change your traditional approach. आपका ना main focus रहता है कि बोलते हैं in case of your engineering papers, your subject regular semesters, marks कैसे score करे, अब pass कैसे हुए, basically 40 mark कैसे मिले. All right. तो वो अप्रोच इधर नहीं है. आप बोलोगे थोड़ा थोड़ा सब में थोड़ा थोड़ा लिखूंगा मुझे मार्क्स मिलेंगे और आप पास हो जाओगे सेमेस्टर्स में, पर गेट में वो नहीं पॉसिबल होता. गेट में आप सब करने जाओगे अटेम्प्ट तो आपको पता है नेगेटिव मार्किंग की वजह से आप फेल भी हो सकते हो और क्वालिफाई भी नहीं हो सकते. तो योर अप्रोच शुड बी टू गेट योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स फंडामेंटल्स एब्सोल्युटली क्लियर. ओके. सेकंड, यू शुड प्रायोरिटाइज योर सब्जेक्ट्स which I already told you. For civil and mechanical, which subject should be your priority? Okay. कौन से subjects पे करने हैं और कौन से बाद में करने हैं. Next is get your sequence right. Okay. What do you mean by sequence right? Let's see that. Okay. So let me just tell you. इधर ही बोलता हूँ मैं sequence. For example, in mechanical, if you want to study machine design, आप मशीन डिजाइन चालू मत करो डायरेक्टली, उससे पहले सॉम पढ़ाई करो. सॉम के कॉन्सेप्ट सभी मशीन डिजाइन में यूज होते हैं. ओके. और जो इस तरह से पढ़ाई करोगे ना कि मैं पहला सॉम करूंगा, सॉम आप 10 दिन 15 दिन पढ़ाई करोगे, बाद में 10-15 दिन आगे मशीन डिजाइन के ले जाओगे, उसके बाद 10-15 दिन आप फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स करोगे, 1.5 महीने के बाद फिर से पूछूंगा कि सॉम का फॉर्मूला क्या, आपको कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा. तो हियर इफ यू सी मेन द सब्जेक्ट का, आई कम टू दिस पॉइंट. इधर मैंने क्या बोला है, यू शुड हैव पैरेलल अप्रोच इंस्टेड ऑफ कैस्केडिंग वन. कैस्केडिंग मतलब एक के बाद एक पढ़ाई मत करो. ओके. पढ़ाई पैरेलली करो. मतलब अगर आप सॉम के कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स किए, कुछ थोड़ा पोर्शन सॉम का कंप्लीट किया, तो सिमिलरली एमडी का पढ़ाई करो. तो 4 दिन इसका करो, 3 दिन इसका करो, इस तरह से पढ़ाई करो. ओके. तो एमडी पहला करोगे, बाद में सॉम करोगे, बाद में इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स करोगे, इस तरह से पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है आपको. सीक्वेंशियली नहीं पढ़ाई करनी है. ओके. पैरेलली पढ़ाई करनी है. तो मैंने इधर एग्जांपल दिया है. सॉम एंड मशीन डिजाइन शुड बी लर्नड पैरेलल टुगेदर. Thermodynamics and refrigeration air conditioning should be learned parallel together. Fluid mechanics and HM, that is hydraulic machinery, should be learned parallel together. These subjects should always be parallel with respect to each other. Don't study fluid mechanics, पूरा complete करने के बाद बोलोगे अभी मैं HM study करता हूँ, नहीं. Incorrect approach of studying. Sequence right मतलब don't start MD first and then start SOM. Start SOM and then start MD. In case of civil guys, I'll tell you what you should do. An example. So where is that side for civil? Civil. Yeah. Okay. So you do structural analysis and SOM first and then go for steel structures. And you should learn structural SA and SOM first and then move to steel structures. ओके, तो इसका सब्जेक्ट पहले 4 दिन 1 वीक इस पे डालो, कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स खत्म होने के बाद स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स का स्टडी करो। ऐसा मत करो कि सॉम और ऐसे कंप्लीट करो बाद में स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स के लिए जाओ, बाद में आप सोचोगे कि भाई लेट्स स्टार्ट विद फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स, बाद में फिर से इधर जंप करोगे ऐसे पे नहीं, इस तरह से नहीं करना है। ऐसे इन सॉम पहला करो, थोड़ा पोर्शन खत्म होने के बाद स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स पैरेलली चालू करो, उसका थोड़ा खत्म करो, फिर से ऐसे और सॉम को आगे बढ़ाओ, फिर से स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स को आगे बढ़ाओ। इससे क्या होगा, दो चीजों का एडवांटेज होगा। पहली चीज वो रहेगी कि आपका कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऐसे और सॉम के स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स में किस तरह से यूटिलाइज कर सकते हो वो आप लर्न करोगे। सेकेंडली, योर रिटेंशन विल बी मच लॉन्गर बिकॉज यू आर लर्निंग टू सब्जेक्ट्स टुगेदर। Your memory will tend to fade away if you do one after the another, but if you do parallelly your memory will be retained. अब formulas याद रख पाओगे। That is the approach that you need to take here in case of GATE. In case of regular subject to paper आप हमेशा एक के बाद ही एक करते हो, पर ऐसा नहीं है इधर गेट में। गेट में आपको 12 सब्जेक्ट्स एक साथ अटेम्प्ट करने हैं एक ही टाइम में 3 घंटे में। एटलीस्ट आप 2 सब्जेक्ट एक साथ पढ़ाई करो तो ये पॉसिबल होगा, नहीं तो पॉसिबल नहीं होगा। Okay. Similarly, transportation infrastructure, traffic engineering, highway payment, these are linked subject. एक दूसरे के concept एक दूसरे के साथ यूज कर सकते हो। ओके, तो इन दो को ले लो किसी को भी और पहले इन दोनों को पैरेलल चालू कर दो और बाद में आगे बढ़ो। स्टार्ट पैरेलल स्टडिंग। इससे आपको समझ में आएगा कि इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का कंसेप्ट सॉम में कैसे यूज होता है और इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का कंसेप्ट फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स में कैसे होता है, और आपको याद भी ज्यादा देर तक रहेगा। इसका और एक हिडन फायदा मैं बोलता हूँ। गेट के लिए ना व्हाट वी थिंक इज वी ओनली नीड टू स्टडी गेट। गेट का पेपर हो गया मतलब दुनिया खत्म हो गई, नहीं। गेट के बाद यू हैव टू आल्सो क्लियर योर इंटरव्यूज एंड अदर व्हाट नॉट। ओके, so even if you go for your PSUs, if you get a very good gate score, if you fail in your interviews you're not getting anywhere. There are certain IITs where you have to again give 100 marks subject to paper. Like for example in IIT Bombay thermal engineering के लिए अगर अप्लाई कर रहे हो मास्टर्स के लिए, you have to again clear a written exam. So इंटरव्यूज के लिए वाइवा से आप डरते हो ना, तो इनके जो इंटरव्यूज रहते हैं PSUs के या IITs के फॉर मास्टर्स एंड फॉर योर जॉब, they are very, you should be really afraid and scared to that because those interviews are really very bad, or you can say. If you don't know your concepts and basics properly then you are doomed. आप 15 मिनट वाइवा नहीं झेल पाओगे तो उधर एक एक घंटे का इंटरव्यू होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल BARC in Mumbai will take interviews approximately 1.5 hour lasting. They will grill you on the basic concepts. They will look at you at the approach. उधर फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट भी नहीं पूछेंगे वो। Okay, so we are not going to stick our approach only to gate. We should also think about future post gate क्या होता है। All right, तो इसलिए parallel approach of studying is going to help you and not the cascading approach. So we have learned about this. Yes, and obviously solve variety and not quantity. मेरे पास स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं सर मैंने 50 क्वेश्चन उसमें से सॉल्व किए सॉम के, अभी मुझे काफी ठीक लग रहा है। और अगर आपके 50 क्वेश्चन में 5 ही वैरायटी है तो 50 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करके फायदा नहीं है ना, उससे ऐसा 5 ही क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो 5 अलग अलग वैरायटी के, 50 क्यों सॉल्व करने। सो एम ऑन वैरायटी not on the quantity. You should, if you solve 7 questions, those 7 questions should have entirely different approaches of solving, different variety. It should not be of the same type, just changing your magnitudes and getting the answer. That's not how you study in GATE. Mock GATE test. Mock equal to imitate बोला है, मतलब क्या, mock means mock. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपका पेपर 9 to 12 का slot में है and you are used to studying late night and you will solve your mock paper in 12 to 3 midnight. Okay, when I say mock, it has to be in the same time slot in which your gate paper is supposed to come. अगर आप, if you have 9 to 12 gate slot, you have to solve your entire length mock gate paper in 9 to 12 or 2 to 5. And when you do so, you do that by as though you're sitting for your gate exam. No mobile phones, nothing, no distraction, not even going to the washroom at that time, to be frank. All right. So that's how you solve mock gate test paper. And one more thing, you're not allowed scientific calculators in your GATE paper, you require GATE calculators, which is already online. You can take an app from Play Store and check what is a GATE calculator. You'll be surprised to know you cannot solve integration, quadratic equation, linear equations, simultaneous equation in your GATE calculator. The syntax is also different. So our approach is to detach yourself from your GATE calculators, scientific calculators, and have GATE calculators. If you want to try that out, try that after my session by solving 1 or 2 problems using your GATE scientific calculators and not your normal KCO वाला calculator. आपको बहुत दिक्कतें आएंगी. So our aim is also to groom you from that level. So this is how your strategy should be. Not a marks but a GATE approach. Subject को prioritize करो. Sequence you should have it right. You should make subject couples. You should couple the subjects and study them parallelly. Hence parallel approach and not a cascading one. You should solve on the variety and not on the quantity, as well as when you talk about mod GATE paper, it has to be mock. You have to imitate them. Okay. Post GATE, that's what I said. When you talk about post GATE, you talk about interviews. You talk about interviews in IITs. You talk about interviews in PSUs, etc., etc. You cannot prepare them separately because you won't get time. You will be in your final year examination. आपके project submissions रहेंगे, आपका final year examination रहेगा, etc., etc. रहेगा. तो आप बोलोगे गेट में अच्छा स्कोर करने के बाद मैं सोचूंगा कि उसका प्रिपरेशन करूं, तो आपको टाइम नहीं मिलता. Okay. The only way to study for that is if you study correctly for your GATE exam. The advantage of this is you will be well equipped for your vivas. You'll be well equipped for your placement interviews. You'll be well equipped for your post GATE scenario as well, where you have to interview yourself for PSUs or maybe for IITs for doing MTech and MS. All right. So you cannot study it separately. You may be in the final year of engineering or maybe in the third year of engineering. If you're in the third year of engineering, what you can do is you have got 2 more semesters. Right now, you can start your approach of studying in a way where you learn concepts. Okay, concepts properly. Refer references. Reference book refer करो कुछ concepts के लिए. Deeply understand करो उसको. Okay, if you're in the final year of your engineering, last year students, आपके पास 6 महीने है GATE preparation के लिए. 6 months is more than enough. Okay, the reason is you've already done with your 6 semesters. You know most of the curriculum, you know most of the subjects. You have an idea about what subjects and what are the concepts in those subjects. So you just have to change your approach from traditional marks oriented pattern to GATE oriented pattern or conceptualized pattern, and you can do that easily because you already know the basics of the subjects which you have learned in the previous semester. All right. So post GATE के लिए भी आपको separate पढ़ाई करने की कभी जरूरत नहीं पड़नी चाहिए if you study your GATE exam properly. GATE के बाद there are many options. This is specifically for mechanical. Civil also have structural engineering, geothermal engineering. You have CAD also and whatnot. I'm specifically talking about mechanical here. So this is the list of MTech that you can do post your GATE. So machine design, thermal, CAD CAM, production, aerospace, mechatronics, aerostructure, propulsion, cryogenic, welding, energy, sustainable technologies. Excuse me. So these are the options available for mechanical students. These are the specializations that you have for mechanical. Okay, the list will go on. All right. And you won't be knowing, but there are many, there are 3-4 foreign universities which accept GATE score. Okay, outside India, GATE score is also valid, and you'll be surprised. I work for Siemens, and I also do some recruitment for Siemens for internships, and we only recruit postgraduates. Even if you remember, if you know MATLAB as a company, then they also recruit mechanical and civil engineers in the software domain, and only postgraduates. I think Bentley has a software for civil engineers for structural engineering. Bentley software जो structural के लिए use होता है, that is completely developed by civil engineers who are software developers, and they only accept PGs, postgraduate, master candidates. And you know the first question that they ask in the interview is, when you apply for internship and job, it's what is your GATE score? Okay, GATE score MNC ho, MTech ho, or whether you go for PSUs or whether you go for foreign universities. Which are the foreign universities? I'll tell you. One is Singapore University. Singapore University will accept GATE score if you want to apply for MS. Okay. Then Nanyang Technical University, again in Singapore. Both these universities are in Singapore, and both of them accept GATE score. Not your GRE and TOEFL, they accept GATE score. Then Berlin University, okay, in Germany. One of the advantage of Berlin University is, if you have your good GATE score and if you get admitted there for MS, and if you have some B2 level of German, if you talk B2 level or level 2 or level 3 German properly, then your tuition fees is almost 50 to 60% waived off. Okay, what you have to pay is only for your expenses for living there and some amount of tuition fee. So you get a lot of scholarships, and both this and all these three will accept your GATE score for MS. And obviously MNCs. So I know for Siemens, I know Bentley, I know 3D PLM, I know Autodesk, as well as these four companies I definitely know will accept only PG candidates for their software development. That is CAD, CAM, and structural domain. All right. So even I'm a mechanical engineer who is working on C++ technology. All right. And I have also done my master's, and I was also done. Asked my first question asked by my manager was, what is your GATE score? All right. And I do the same right now for while recruiting other candidates as well. All right. So GATE plays a very crucial role. Very, very crucial in the current pandemic scenario where you have COVID-19 spreading like anything, and industries are shutting off, job layoffs are happening at a regular basis. Why not opt for MTech or for PSU? PSU give you a very good package. MTech करने जाओगे तो the fees that are given by IITs are very, very less compared to what you have to pay when you have to do for MS. Moreover, when you do MTech and when you're qualified GATE candidate, you get scholarship of 12,800 rupees every month in your account. So Indian government pays you for doing your masters. Okay, and that stipend is 12,800 rupees per month. Only if you are GATE qualified candidate, it only happens then. Otherwise, never. So it is as good as they are sponsoring your education, and you're making your education almost free if you do it from India and if you do GATE. So why aren't you opting for GATE? Third year engineering students have an advantage that they have still 1.5 years to go. So why not do it? So if you have any questions, I'll take questions. And this is it from my end. So you can ask me questions if you want. Abhijit, I think so we are live for questions.
Yeah, students, you can ask your questions. So it can be technical as well as non-technical.
Yeah, no bar there.
Anything, yeah. So there is no bar. So please go ahead. Yeah?
Hello.
Yes, Bolo.
Rahul, yeah.
Hello, sir. I finished my final year recently.
Okay.
And I was actually planning for MTech, but due to certain financial problems that I'm facing currently, it would not be possible for me till coming 4-5 years.
So you're opted for job right now?
Actually, I'm seeking for job.
Okay.
Currently, I'm at home.
Okay.
So would it be fruitful to wait for 4 to 5 years?
One thing that I have noticed is we get students who are actually, they have worked for 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years, and then they come back to Gate. The problem becomes of grasping,
Yeah.
because once you into the job now, you lose your learning rhythm.
Okay.
So you can definitely come. There is no bar in educating yourself at any age, but the problem is you have to struggle a bit. Okay,
Yeah.
so वो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है, बिकॉज आपका मोमेंटम निकल जाता है ना, आप पढ़ाई करने के अभी सीक्वेंस में हो. माय रिकमेंडेशन विल बी डिफरेंट. राइट नाउ यू आर होम, राइट?
Yeah. Yeah.
अब मैकेनिकल हो कि सिविल हो?
I'm mechanical engineer.
हाँ, तो मैकेनिकल हो ना, तो व्हाट
Yeah.
यू कैन डू इज you can start preparing right now onwards. Okay,
Okay.
if you get a job, fine, go for
Yeah.
a job.
Okay.
Okay, if you don't get a job, you can keep your preparations on. अक्टूबर में फॉर्म निकलता है गेट का, इफ आई एम करेक्ट अभिजीत.
Yes.
अक्टूबर में निकलेगा,
Yes,
एंड अक्टूबर में आपको फॉर्म भर के रख देना है.
Okay.
If you get a job, you can do a job. Okay,
Yeah.
if you don't get a job, you can at least start your preparation. So what is the advantage of masters के लिए if you clear gate and if you get into any college, okay,
Yeah.
you'll be getting a stipend. So your financial problem of paying fees, beforehand
Okay.
fees pay करना पड़ेगा, पर आपको recover हो जाएगा 3-4 महीने में.
Yeah. But sir, actually, my problem is quite big, so
Okay.
I'm thinking to do it after 4 to 5 years. So means when I'm financially quite stable, then I can do it perfectly as per my suggestion.
Yeah, you can do it anytime. Gate has no age limit.
Okay.
Okay, gate कभी भी दे सकते हो आप. Okay,
हाँ.
पर अभी आप घर पे ही हो तो पढ़ाई करो, ऐसा बोलना था मैं.
Okay. I will, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any more questions? I think और questions नहीं है.
Okay.
Yeah. So students, if you want to ask any question, you can.
Yeah,
you
you
can
should
unmute
actually
yourself
ask
and
questions.
Yeah. So it's better you clear all your doubts.
In Gate, by the way, in interviews, you'll be bombarded with questions. So get the
Yes.
habit of bombarding me with questions.
And for like Rahul, we can have a chat later. So I have your number. I'll give you a call back.
I think कुछ questions नहीं है, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. So
So we can end. What do
yeah.
you think?
Yes, sir. We can end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then, guys. Have a safe year ahead, and all the best for your Gate. And if
Yes.
you have any questions, please you can contact Abhijit.
Yes.
Okay, he can.
So our number is 900-438-4232.
I think the best option will be to drop in the chat, so they can
Yes.
just.
Yes. So I have already.
Okay,
I have
great.
put in our website and our contact details as well. So our batches are also on. So if you want to inquire about the batches and timings and everything, you can get back to us at the number that I have shared in the chat. So that's
Yep.
it. And if you have any questions specific for Rohan sir, you can you can put that as well. So we will forward your question to Rohan sir and he'll answer that for you. So that's it. So guys, we are logging off. If you
Okay.
have any question, you can ask us. I think nahi hai, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. I'll just stop the share then.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All the best,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. All the best, guys. Bye.